What are some things that sound like compliments, but are actually insults? When I used to be in an active band in the area, we would play shows with a bunch of different bands. Some great, some good, some terrible. You never want to be a duck to anyone, or tell someone they sucked, so our go-to comment to bands we just really didn't enjoy was to say you guys really were together out there. Sounds like they were playing well as one cohesive unit, but in reality we just meant they were literally together up there, because that's the closest thing to an honest, nice comment we could make. My favorite thing to say to musicians at open mic is, wow, I can see how passionate you are about music. Wow, I'm so impressed. I didn't think you were capable of that. Respond with, wow, you're much more aware than everyone tells me. Oof, I missed some opportunities. No worries, you can always try again. I always liked this one, I think from The Simpsons. I was afraid that you would respect me less. No, that would be impossible. Was this between SEMA and Super Nintendo Charmers? When my art teacher said great effort, there was a girl with mild cerebral palsy, CP, in my art club in high school, and the teacher stood behind as she drew for a while and said, wow, your self-portrait may actually turn out to be alright. There was a very awkward tension in the room after that. Edit, clarified that CP is cerebral palsy. I did not know what was CP, so I googled it. Realized few seconds later that it was the most dangerous Google of my life. Yeah, that's one of the abbreviations that's probably worth it just to spell out. Man, that and CBT. Are you interested in cognitive behavioral therapy, or really into C***CK and bull torture? There are lots of thin and pretty girls who wish they were as funny as you. Ouch. You were so pretty as a child. Oof. This hit home. My mom has this joke that she thinks is hilarious. Whenever we happen to see an old photo of me when I was a kid, she, without fail, will say, you used to be so cute. What happened? Every time. Literally cracks herself up with it too. If I show I don't think it's funny, she'll do the arm slap thing. Oh come on. You know I'm just joking. What happened to your sense of humor? My mom loved that joke until I once responded with I got hot. She doesn't use that joke anymore. I started to resemble you. You take no prisoners, do you? Straight up annihilation. I see you showered. Nice. Once this girl in my club came up to me and was like, your hair looks so nice today. Normally it's so greasy. And I was just like, oh, cool. Thanks. I hate my greasy hair. I wash it constantly, but 12 hours after I shower my hair has more grease than the back half of a New York McDonald's. It might be because of the constant showering. I heard that if you wash your hair too much, it will become extra greasy to compensate. For some people this is true, not the person you are responding to, but another greasy weasel. And for me it's definitely not. I tried the don't wash your hair so much, and even managed a full summer of almost no washing. It doesn't matter. My scalp doesn't give a duck. I hate it. I wish I could wear a headscarf every day. No matter what people say about you, I think you're okay. Edit. Thank you for the awards. My father always uses to say to his students, you know, Jimmy, it's not true what they write about you on the bathroom stalls. My personal favorite is you're a gentleman and a scholar. I don't care what they say about you. You know there's two types of people in this world. I don't know what they are, but I keep hearing there's two types. There are two types of people in this world. 1. Those who can extrapolate from incomplete data. Anything compliment with the word actually in it. You're actually quite pretty, you're actually smart. I've gotten you're prettier than I thought from someone I had known for a year. I dressed up. Guess he wasn't used to it. One time I wore a high ponytail, which I rarely do, around a guy I had been dating. He ate a little mushrooms that day, so was being very honest. And at one point he looked at me and said I was so pretty, and then asked if I try to make myself look less pretty most of the time. Still confused. Was he right? Was it the mushrooms? A high ponytail's my look. She's friggin' hot when she wants to be, yeah. When she wants to be a co-worker of my ex. to my ex. About me. He was but lol. Interesting how the inflection changes the meaning of that sentence. If he'd have said yeah when she wants to be that's empowering. But not when he said it like he did. Just thought that was kind of interesting. Shows how lots of communication doesn't work unless you're face to face. I love how you'll just wear anything. The comedian George Gobble, after looking at all the other guests on the sofa on The Tonight Show, said to Johnny Carson, "Have you ever felt like the world is a tuxedo and you're a pair of brown shoes?" The guests were Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Bob Hope. I still find that funny after all these years. You remember the war? It was in all the papers. It's a good thing you're pretty. I work in kitchens where ribbing the servers when they screw up is a popular pastime. My go-to was "it's okay. I coast through life on my good looks too." We had a young lady at work who used to say, "I don't have to be smart. I'm cute." Problem is, it didn't work as well as it would have with some others. She wasn't cute. She was stunning. And she was also a brilliant engineer. So she was a stunning brilliant engineer. Do you work in a disaster film? Seriously. Next we'll get a description of her pert breasts and how she's totally not at all aware she looks like a supermodel. I heard when the 7th episode of Star Wars came out, George Lucas gave a fairly backhanded compliment to the movie. The public will love it. Wow, you are just so different. In school the adults called me unique. The other kids called me weirdo freak. I eventually realized those were basically the same thing. Just that the first one is the slightly polite version. As a high school teacher, I can see where some adults would mean it that way, but I personally love the kids who do their own thing. I'm jealous of their self-confidence. High school me would have died before I went against the crowd in any significant way, and I love what they add to both the school and Michael Butts. I usually use the word awesome or similar to avoid any misinterpretations. Semicolon dash close bracket. You're very brave to wear that color. Only time it's true is white jeans on your time of the month. That is brave. Or anything white, going to an Italian restaurant and getting spaghetti and meatballs. My brain skipped the word white while reading this, so I was really hoping you didn't like your spaghetti and meatballs too hot. Ouch. Same lol. I was confused as to why spaghetti and meatballs was brave. You are as smart as you are handsome. Works better if they are dog ugly. You're smarter than you look. Better than looking smarter than you are. You look good for your age, but you don't know how old I am. You're on top of the bell curve. On the flip side, you're on the bottom of the bell curve is quite the toss-up. In a panic, on which side? I imagine the initial response could clue someone in. If a defensive no, then the lower end. If a resigned sigh, then the higher end. Most people don't like a nose that big, but I think it brightens up an otherwise dull face. Similar thing said to me: the more I get to know you, the less I notice your nose. This is very much the truth. If you find someone's face weird or ugly, after looking at it for 100 hours it will start looking at least normal. Same with salaries. Ugh. Your duck is cute. Thanks, I did his braids. I laughed way harder than I needed to. Pretty much any British compliment. We don't compliment anyone anyway. If we give a small one it means a lot. If we give a big one we are being sarcastic. My working but Phil from Yorkshire once said, indeed, after I solved a puzzle he had set, it's the equivalent of giving me a knighthood in that household. You're pretty for her. I hate the specifiers. Like, can't I just be pretty instead of being pretty for my race, interests, or other thing? You're pretty light on your feet for your weight. You're pretty light on your feet. Twinkle toes. Don't answer to twinkle toes. It's not manly. You're the guy whose bag matches his belt. You're so independent. It's no wonder you are still single. TBH. It's not like I have a choice. That right there is just a straight up insult. Oof. That's an insult I'd take any day, lol. Seriously. I'd rather be single than with the wrong person just to escape being alone. Oh. I see you lost some weight, especially in your face. Apostrophe. Oh my god, I need more upvotes to give. Way to make a person feel like they were a ducking land walrus last time you saw them. For anyone reading this who is confused, the right thing to say to someone who lost weight is you look great. Don't specify how you can tell. Don't ask about numbers. Don't even mention weight at all. Close bracket. Really? I lost quite a bit of weight over the last few years, about 40 kilograms/90 pounds, and I loved it. When people told me I lost weight, it encouraged me to keep going. I think the issue is that you never know why/how someone is losing weight, unless you know them. I turned skeletal from health issues at one point and everyone was like, oh my god, tell me her secret. Like, girl, I wake up every day wondering if I'll make it to the end. But thanks for telling me how much prettier I am now, even though I don't even have the energy to smile. Legit developed an eating disorder while regaining weight cause even though it was healthy and what I needed. All I could think at was how PPL were probably talking behind my back at how I was going back to being fat and ugly. Edit. OMG, thanks, I've never gotten an award before. Fear me now, peasants, I'm the 1%. A guy gave it as a feedback to one of the professors. If I had only 1 hour left to live, I'd always choose to attend your club, as it always feels like an eternity. Apostrophe. This is the best one I've read. I'm stealing this one, lol. Just like he did. You are special. You are unique. Just like everyone else. When every own super, no one is. Saying you're really good at that to anything someone's failing at. You look healthy because you gained weight, or you're getting thin. You should eat more. Says my aunt whom I have not seen in 5 years. It's a culture thing, I guess. You look so healthy is a way I've heard a number of older people here in the UK tell people they've got fat. My parents are immigrants, so it took me far too long to catch on. My dad still hasn't, and beams when it's said to him, he's obese and diabetic. Go figure. Oh, that's sad. I think being healthy everywhere means someone gained weight. It's messed up. My parents are also not aware that you look so healthy is an insult, so they also smile while I roll my eyes secretly. Is this a UK specific thing? Anyone who's said that to me, or who've I said it to, has been in a genuine context, i.e., you look so healthy it's like you're glowing. You look so healthy and energetic. I'm from the UK and not heard healthy to mean fat or gained weight. Every time someone's commented on me gaining weight, they've just commented that I've put on weight, sometimes saying I look better with it, sometimes not. Then again, I'm northern. Maybe it's a thing down south. You look like you're easy to draw. Wait, I've been told this. Why is it an insult? Am I ugly? Not entirely sure, but I would bottom it means you have no defining features and look very plain. I was once told I looked like a default player character option. My biology teacher in high school used to love telling people I don't care what anyone else says. You're alright. It's a well-known joke though, so it actually is a full-on compliment. There's no insinuation that people actually do talk shut on the person, so it's not an insult. That's a really great picture of you. It doesn't look like you at all. Calling someone champ in Australia. Whenever people say someone is brave for doing something normal like posting a picture or wearing a certain color, being called special, especially for those of us with disabilities, not only do I find it degrading/demeaning, but in general most people don't actually think that way. Often this mindset gets us into trouble too. Imperialized, waist down, can confirm it is very insulting. The harsh reality of disabilities when it comes to people like us. We always face harsh treatments from people at a much earlier age than most other people. I've gotten into plenty of fights in school because of this. Bless your heart. I hope the rest of your day is as pleasant as you are. Ouch. I might start saying that one. That's a Swiss Army compliment right there. Just depends on who you're saying it to. You finalines, why got your hair cut right? I recently got a fairly drastic haircut, going from the long hairstyle I've had for like 8 years to short hair. All of my friends slash co-workers slash family kept saying the same thing. OMG, you look so much better now, or wow, you look like a person. Thanks guys. I know they mean well. See you later. Not if I see you first. I didn't realize for the longest time that the phrase actually meant if that person saw you first they would find a way to avoid you, so you don't see them. Yesterday I said see you later to a coworker and his response was thanks for the warning. Curmudgeonly old bastard. You're looking healthy. That means they think you're fat. Counter with, I was going to say the same of you, wow. Or, you look even healthier. As someone with curly hair, wow, I love your hair. What does it look like straight? Basically sounds to me like wow, I love your nose. Have you ever considered rhinoplasty? Yes. Or when you do wear it straight, wow, you look so amazing with your hair straight. Or you should wear it like that more often. Like thanks. So my natural hair I wear 99% of the time isn't enough. I should take 2 hours to straighten it every day. I always hear that shut directed at black women and it just makes me want to strangle them. You are so brave for wearing that crop top and not caring what other people think. To a fat person, I like how you're defying the stereotype of the funny fat person to a fat person. When a fat girl posts a full body picture on Instagram and her friends leaves comments like OMG, I wish I had your self-esteem. If she didn't feel anything after seeing these comments, I would really like to have that amount of self-esteem. Calling someone champ in Australia. Same with bud or buddy where I'm from in Canada. I'm not your buddy, friend. My name's not Buddy. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. You are helping me a lot. Thanks again.